Hey everyone, listen to this. I hope y'all are doing good. So Kay Cabot jumped on live radio and seriously suggested the Cleveland Browns should use the 6th overall pick in the NFL draft on Ty Simpson. This wasn't some just playing devil's advocate moment. No, this was a real take, delivered with so much confidence that her co-host literally had to pause and process what they just heard. A top 6 pick on a quarterback, instead of handing the keys to the guy who's been grinding in that building every single morning all winter. Hold up. And then, girl, you already know, the Shedeur Sanders fans caught wind of it. Within hours, receipts were flying, clips were everywhere, accountability posts went live, and Kay Cabot, the same reporter who once called Jarvis Landry a liar, who claimed Shedeur didn't even need Cleveland, who spent months hyping every QB except the one already on the roster, suddenly had to walk back her own on-air take in less than 24 hours. Instant regret, caught in real time, fully on record, and yeah, you won't believe how fast it all flipped.
But you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for how you moving out here, Kay Cabot. You try to call Jarvis Landry a liar as if you're in the locker room and in the meetings and he wasn't. You did all that. We know you are one of the leaders of the Anybody But Shedeur Mafia. You were one of the people who were on camera saying he never needed to play for the Cleveland Browns and he can start his career elsewhere. You said that. Now, because you didn't get any of the 8 quarterbacks you was praying that would come in and take over the starting job for the Cleveland Browns, and you're stuck between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur Sanders clearly has the leg up on the quarterback 1 race. You have now stooped to an all-time.
She called Jarvis Landry a liar, claimed Shedeur Sanders never even needed to suit up for Cleveland, pushed for what felt like 8 different quarterbacks to take over, and now that Shedeur clearly has the edge in this competition, hold up, the Ty Simpson take might be the most desperate swing yet. And the fans? Yeah, they didn't let that breathe for even an hour. But listen to this. This moment is way bigger than just one bad radio take, because that Ty Simpson push didn't just come out of thin air. It came from a reporter who's been running the same playbook for 6 straight months. Find the next quarterback, hype him over Shedeur, and stir up just enough noise to make the organization second-guess what's already in the building. And for the first time all offseason, girl, the fans pushed back so loud she had to say it herself, live on air. She was wrong. She walked it back, and the second she did, the entire narrative she'd been stacking up came crashing down with it. By the time this video wraps, you're gonna see exactly why Kay Cabot's instant regret wasn't just about Ty Simpson. It was the moment the Anybody But Shedeur campaign ran out of believable options, and the second those options disappeared, the fans were already there, waiting on it.
That, I wouldn't mind seeing them draft Ty Simpson there. And again, I told them I could change my mind on this next week because I'm still doing my due diligence on all of this. But just hear me out very briefly on this. The reason why I said that is because first-round picks usually have a hit rate of about 50%.
I wouldn't be mad if they took Ty Simpson at 6. Yeah, she actually said that and held up. She even added she might switch up by next week. She put it out there on record with her name stamped on it, and then flipped her stance in less than 24 hours. Not because the football logic suddenly changed, but because the backlash got too loud to ignore. That's not a reporter standing on her analysis, that's a reporter who got cooked and had to tap out. Before we even get into the full walk back, you've got to understand the setup that made Ty Simpson take a look instantly, and I mean obviously wrong to anyone paying attention. The Cleveland Browns are sitting on the 6th overall pick. They've got Shedeur Sanders, who ended the season as the starter, picked up 2 divisional wins, and has been in the facility grinding every single morning since the season wrapped. They've also got Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played meaningful football in nearly 2 years and is heading into the final season of a $46 million deal. And somehow, Kay Cabot's solution was to spend a top 6 pick on a 3rd quarterback. Girl, make it make sense. Not because the football case is overwhelming, not because there's some once-in-a-generation talent forcing your hand, but because at this point, it's clear she does not want Shedeur Sanders leading the Cleveland Browns, and she's been floating more and more desperate alternatives trying to stop that from happening.
Are you on something? Are you that sick about Shedeur Sanders? Do you have that much hate Or are you on something? I just gotta ask. This don't make no sense. Nobody in the world would take Ty Simpson in the top 6 picks of the draft. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let's take a listen, man. This is straight up foolishness, straight up nonsense, and the hate is real. Some people can't hide the hate, and when they do, they can only do it but for so long. She can't hide it.
Are you serious right now? Listen to this. That's the most honest reaction you can have to a take that nobody in real NFL scouting circles would ever co-sign. Nobody. Let me say it again. Nobody is taking Ty Simpson in the top 6. And it's not even a knock on the player, it's because you already have a quarterback on your roster who just outperformed the very standard you'd use to justify that pick. Hold up. And Mary Kay Cabot knows that, which is exactly why she reversed course in under 24 hours. Now let's get into the walk back itself, because the way Mary Kay pulled back from that Ty Simpson take, girl, it tells you more than the take ever did. She didn't come out and say the football logic was off. She didn't point to any new intel that suddenly changed her evaluation. Instead, she admitted she got absolutely cooked. She said she might switch her stance next week. She made it clear she wasn't fully committed to the idea in the first place. And after laying out all those escape routes, she circled back to the one stance that actually lines up with what the Cleveland Browns are most likely going to do.
Don't think they're going to do that. I think they're more willing to give Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson a chance to battle this out and then come back at it next year and try to get a quarterback in that class if they still need one. I don't think they're going to draft Ty Simpson, but it's just something that I would think about doing if I didn't absolutely love.
They're clearly leaning toward letting Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson go head-to-head and settle it on the field. She actually admitted that in the very same conversation where she threw out the Ty Simpson idea. Listen to this. The organization is not taking Ty Simpson at 6. They're not about to blow up a competition they spent the entire offseason carefully building. Hold up. And Mary Kay Cabot, after getting dragged by fans, finally said what's been true this whole time. But here's where it gets interesting. This pattern makes the walkback way bigger than just the Ty Simpson debate. Because this isn't the first time Mary Kay Cabot has floated a next option over Shedeur, watched it get shut down, and then quietly pivoted to the next name. First, it was Kyler Murray, supposedly heading to Cleveland. Then Anthony Richardson was framed as the answer. After that, Malik Willis became the solution. Then came J.J. McCarthy as the inevitable move. Every single one of those takes came and went, and every single time, the Cleveland Browns stuck with Shedeur. Now the last option standing was a college QB who hasn't even taken a meaningful draft stage snap yet, girl. And even that idea didn't survive a full 24 hours before fans completely shut it down. Now here's the part that really ties the Ty Simpson walkback into the bigger accountability story. Pay attention. Because while Mary Kay was out here suggesting Cleveland draft a QB at 6, she was also saying something on air that completely undercuts every concern she's been raising about Shedeur all offseason. She got asked about the quarterback battle, what separates them, who has the edge heading into spring, and what she said, trying to sound balanced, trying to stay neutral, ended up being the strongest endorsement of Shedeur's offseason work that anyone in Cleveland media has given all year.
That's very significant because the race, I think, really begins in learning the playbook. I think that's going to be the differentiator in this quarterback competition is who can really assimilate Todd Monken's new scheme very quickly.
The real separator, listen to this, is who can pick up Todd Monken's system the fastest. Not overthinking, not hesitating, just reacting, playing fast, playing strong. Boom. That's the standard. And the guy who's been in that building every single morning, building chemistry with the coaches, sitting in Monken's office, putting in that quiet, voluntary work that nobody in Cleveland media bothered to highlight. Yeah, that's the one walking in most ready to ace that test from day one in those meeting rooms. And then, hold up. She dropped a comment about Gabriel's absence that hit completely different than she probably expected.
Is going to be there, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because they all know that they're installing a new scheme. They've got a long way to go, and they have a brand new head coach that they have to impress and get to know. So I think anybody that doesn't show up on the offensive side of the ball is really going to be remiss and behind the 8 ball and having a lot of catching up to do. So I can't imagine anybody just deciding not to come to these voluntary workouts.
Anyone on the offensive side who doesn't show up, listen to this, is already behind the 8 ball. She said that about voluntary workouts, while at the same time brushing off Gabriel's absence from the building like it was nothing, while also pushing the idea that the Cleveland Browns should draft a quarterback at 6 to replace the guy who's been showing up every single day. Hold up! The contradictions aren't even hidden. They're right there in the same conversation, sometimes back-to-back answers, no filter. Now, let's zoom out for a second, because the Shedeur Sanders fan reaction that triggered Mary Kay Cabot's instant regret wasn't just about one wild take. It was the buildup. 6 straight months of coverage finally hitting a moment that was just too ridiculous to survive real scrutiny. Ty Simpson at 6, that's the exact moment the anybody but Shedeur narrative pushed it too far. Because every previous name, Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, Malik Willis, J.J. McCarthy, at least had some surface-level logic you could try to defend. A veteran trade, a first-round talent, each one could be framed in a way that sounded reasonable, even when the organization's signals were pointing somewhere else. But Ty Simpson at 6? Girl, there's no spin for that. You're talking about a developmental quarterback taken in the top 6 by a team that already has a developmental QB, one who finished last season as the starter and has been in the building grinding since December. The math doesn't add up, any way you slice it, and the fans caught every single angle at the same time and made sure Mary Kay heard all of it before the day was over.
That's just the order of operations. But I don't necessarily think that means that Deshaun wouldn't have a great opportunity then to beat him out for the job. I think it's going to be a true competition. I think they want both guys and Dylan Gabriel to a certain extent, at least right now, to bring out the best in each other. And that's what competition does. If you keep the heat under all of them, then you are going to get guys working their tails off, and that is what they want.
Myles Garrett said Shedeur is the guy. Denzel Ward said it too. Quinn Jenkins backed it. Malik Corley said the same thing. Listen to this. The voices inside that locker room, on camera with their names attached, have already delivered the verdict that Todd Monken said would decide this competition. And Mary Kay Cabot's Ty Simpson take was basically asking the Cleveland Browns to ignore all of that. The fans went in on her because, let's be real, that take earned it, and the instant regret that followed. That might have been the most honest moment Mary Kay Cabot has had all offseason. Mary Kay Cabot went on air and said the Browns should draft Ty Simpson with the 6th overall pick. Fans caught it, receipts got pulled, clips started circulating everywhere, and within 24 hours, same station, same setup, same co-hosts, she walked it all the way back. Not because the football reality changed, hold up, but because accountability showed up faster than the narrative could survive. And here's what that instant regret really confirmed. Pay attention. The anybody but Shedeur movement, it's out of options. Kyler Murray, gone. Anthony Richardson, gone. Malik Willis, gone. J.J. McCarthy, gone. And now Ty Simpson, gone in under 24 hours. 6 months of building a case against Shedeur led to one last swing, using a top 6 pick as the argument, and the fans shut it down before the day even ended. Mary Kay said it herself. The Browns are letting Shedeur and Deshaun Watson battle this out. QB1 is going to come down to who learns the system fastest, who the locker room believes in, and who shows up when the lights are on. And the player checking all 3 boxes? Yeah, he's been in that building since December. And the same reporter who spent months pushing back on that just said it out loud on live radio. The next video breaks down what the first OTA practice actually reveals, and whether the rep distribution confirms everything the Browns have been signaling since that Ty Simpson take got cooked. It's right here. Tap in. Drop your take in the comments. Was that Ty Simpson suggestion the most desperate anybody but Shedeur moment all offseason, or do you remember something even worse? Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe.